My name is Mayende Ronald, a teacher of science. Welcome to Makinde Junior Academy, a faculty of scientific facts. And today I'm going to take you through Integrated Science of Primary 4, Lesson 4 of the second week. And our topic is the human body organs. The human body organs. Friends, before we look at today's lesson, let us take a look at what we learned in lesson 3 of the second week. In lesson 3, we looked at the nose as one of the body organs. And we said that the nose is the sense organ for smelling. We also said that the nose has the cilia that help to track foreign bodies in our nose and ear, and air. We also said that the nose has the mucus that help to warm and also moisten the air we breathe in. However, today our lesson 4 is going to focus on the body organ called the brain. The brain is an important body organ in our body. The brain is found in the head and is protected by the part of the skeleton called the skull. It's protected by the skull. The brain is found in the head and is protected by the skull. The brain, if we look at our head here, this is our brain. It is inside the head, protected by the skull outside. So this is our brain. Now, friends, let's look at the functions of the brain. We know that brain is very important in our body. So one of the functions of the brain is that the brain is used for thinking. For you to think, when you're in classroom, you are learning about something, you are supposed to think. You are in mathematics lesson, they ask you 2 times 2. You don't just give answer from no, you are supposed to think. So when you are thinking, you are using the brain. That's one of the functions of the brain, is for thinking. 2, the brain is also used for recalling or remembering. You have to remember what you learned yesterday, what you learned the other day. You use the brain to remember. The brain is also used to store information. Whatever you have learned, put it in the head. What does that store in that information in your head? It will help you to remember one time. So the brain is used to store information. Are you together? The brain also is used for body balancing, just like the human ear. So I told you that time when I was teaching about the human ear, that we have only 2 body organs that help us to balance on the ground. This is the human ear and the brain. So the brain is used for body balancing. Let's look at the diseases that can affect the brain. We have one disease called the epilepsy. This is of the brain. We have epilepsy. Then we have another disease called the cerebral malaria. And lastly, we have meningitis. So, friends, those 3 are the diseases of the brain. The epilepsy, I don't know how I can talk to it in Luganda and Achula, but this one affects people whereby some people sometimes they get them, they collapse, they die a little, and after sometimes again they come back to normal senses. Is that called epilepsy? Then we have cerebral malaria, malaria of the brain. If your malaria goes beyond normal, it can affect the brain, what we call cerebral malaria. Then we have meningitis. This one can make a run very mad. So it affects the meninges, the membrane that covers the brain, what we call the meninges. So that's why we have the name meningitis. So those are the three diseases that affect our brain. However, how can we care for our brain? Neighbors, we can care for our brain the following ways. One, have enough rest and sleep. We advise you to have enough sleep and rest. Think that your brain can be refreshed. Are you together? Your brain to be refreshed need to have enough rest. Eat a balanced diet to boost our immunity. Apart from having that, we are also supposed to treat malaria, have other treatment for malaria to avoid the cerebral malaria. Are you together, neighbors? Treat malaria early so that you can avoid the cerebral malaria. Do physical exercise. Physical exercise also refreshes our body and even the brain, that you can think well and avoid other challenges of the brain. So friends, with those few remarks, allow me summarize our lesson 4 of primary of the second week. Today we have looked at the brain, and we have said that the brain is found in the head, protected by the skull. We have looked at some of the reasons or importance of the brain. One, we said that for thinking, the brain is also used for reasoning, the brain is used for remembering, the brain is used to store information. The brain is also used for body balancing. We went ahead and looked at the diseases that affect the brain, where we have talked about epilepsy, we have talked about meningitis, and we have also talked about cerebral malaria. Then how to care for our brain. Eat a balanced diet, have physical exercise, then treat malaria early enough before it worsens the situation, have enough rest and sleep. Member, thank you for listening today, but do that activity which is down there, take a photo and send us for marking. We shall give you the feedback. See you if you see me.